Telephones and driving. Increased reliance on telephones has led to a rise in the number of people who use the devices while driving. There are two dangers associated with driving and telephones use, including text messaging. First, drivers must take their eyes off the road while dialing. Second, people can become so absorbed in their conversation that their ability to concentrate on the act of driving is severely impaired. The safety of vehicle occupants and pedestrians. The safety of vehicle occupants and pedestrians. Since the first law was passed in New York in 2001, banning handheld cell phone use while driving, there has been debate as to the exact nature and degree to hazard. The latest research shows that while using a cell phone when driving may not be the most dangerous distraction, because it is so prevalent, it is by far the most common distraction in crashes and near crashes. Research studies about cell phone use while driving have focused on several different aspects of the problem. Some have looked at its prevalence as a leading cause of driver distraction. Others have looked at the different risks associated with handheld and hands-free devices. Still, others have focused on the seriousness of injuries in crashes involving cell phone users and the demographics of drivers who use cell phones. Of increasing concern is the practice of texting. In January 2010, the National Safety Council (NSC) released a report that estimates that at least 1.6 million crashes, 28% of all crashes, are caused each year by drivers tracking on cell phones. 1.4 million crashes cell phone 1.4 million crashes and texting 2 lakh crashes. The estimate is based on data of driver cell phone use from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and from peer-reviewed research that quantifies the risk using cell phones and texting while driving. In July 2009, Virginia Tech Transportation Institute released a study showing that the risk of texting while driving is far greater than previous estimates showed and far exceeds the hazards associated with other driving distraction. Researchers used cameras in the cabs of trucks traveling long distance over a period of 18 months and found that the collision risk became 23 times higher when the drivers were texting. The research also measured the time the drivers stopped looking at the road and used their eyes to send or receive text. Drivers generally spent nearly 5 seconds looking at their devices before a crash or near crash, a period long enough for a vehicle to travel more than 1,000 yards at typical highway speeds. Climate change insurance issue. There is now a consensus among the scientific community that the climate is changing with potential risk to the global economy, ecology, and human health and well-being. But how much of this is due to natural phenomena and how much to the effects of human activity is a matter of debate. Also unknown is the extent to which weather patterns have already been affected. As assumers of risk, insurers seek to mitigate potential losses every day through a process known as risk management. Since climate change could lead to losses on a scale never before experienced, insurers are not waiting for researchers to produce all the answers. A 2009 report by CARES, a network of companies concerned about global warming, identified some 244 insurance-related organizations in 29 countries that were working in 2008 to find solutions to the threat posed by greenhouse gas emissions, up from 190 groups in 26 countries in 2007. Insurers are also redoubling their efforts in the more traditional areas of risk management, including alerting policyholders to the potential of lawsuits for failure to protect against or disclose possible harm to the environment. Meanwhile, societies concerned about climate change offer insurers new awareness for leadership and new opportunities for innovative products. Global warming. When fossil fuels, coal, oil, and natural gas are burned to produce energy, so-called greenhouse gases, largely carbon dioxide, or emitted into the atmosphere where they trap heat. Forests and ocean can absorb some of the carbon, but to avoid the most catastrophic effects of what is predicted to occur, researchers say carbon emissions must be greatly reduced. Hence, the push to reduce overall energy use, boost the use of energy from renewable sources such as solar heat, and curb the use of paper and other products made from trees, which absorb carbon dioxide in the process of photosynthesis. Global warming has the potential to affect most segments of the insurance business, including life insurance, if rising temperatures lead to an uptick in death rates. Property losses of all kinds are most likely to increase, and there is the potential for much higher commercial liability losses if shareholders and consumers try to hold business responsible for the change to the environment. Insurers' contribution to lowering greenhouse gases. Insurers, like companies in other industries, are promoting strategies to lower greenhouse gas emissions. Some insurers have been warning public policy leaders and the general public about the threat of climate change for years, and others were among the first to adopt public statement on the environment and climate change and to join business coalitions calling on the federal government to enact legislation. To reduce greenhouse gases, some particularly reinsurers are sponsoring research and working with others interested in the same kind of solution, such as finding ways for individuals and society to adapt to extreme weather, particularly in developing countries. Many insurance companies are committed to reducing their own total greenhouse gas emission and offsetting the remainder through contributions to reforestation and renewable energy projects. They also encourage their employees to adopt green policies in their private lives. Some were involved in projects to reduce greenhouse gases even before such efforts gained widespread public attention, and many are now reinforcing their policyholder desire to reduce their carbon footprints by offering them paperless billing and documentation. Some have upgraded the quality of their websites to encourage policyholders to transact business electronically. At least one auto insurer sells policies exclusively online. Insurers are also working on another front, seeking to reduce the incidence and cost of property damage caused by those events that still occur. Despite society's best efforts to reduce greenhouse gases,